Welcome everyone. I'm now calling this meeting to order. Happy New Year to everybody. We'll start off 2019 with city business tonight. If y'all will stand with us. Alderman Gallagher, will you lead us in prayer? And if you will, after the prayer, remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance that will be led by Alderman Payne.
Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for tonight and the promise that a new year brings, Lord. I pray for blessings upon the city of Southaven and upon its people, Lord. Lord, I pray for you to give us wisdom and for us to show love to our fellow man. In your name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First on the agenda this evening is the approval of minutes. We have two meetings to approve, so we'll start first of all with the meeting on December 18th, 2018.
Mayor, I move we approve the minutes of the regular meeting of December 18th, 2018 with any additions, deletions, or corrections. Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Payne, second by Alderman Brooks. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Alderman Brooks?
Yes.
Alderman Hoop?
Yes.
Alderman Payne?
Yes.
Alderman Gallagher?
Yes.
Alderman Wheeler?
Yes.
Alderman Flores?
Yes.
That motion carries. Now is there a motion to approve the minutes for the December 27th special meeting?
Mr. Mayor, I move we approve the minutes for the special meeting on December 27th with any additions, deletions, or corrections. Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Payne, second by Alderman Brooks. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Alderman Brooks?
Yes.
Alderman Hoop?
Yes.
Alderman Payne?
Yes.
Alderman Gallagher?
Yes.
Alderman Wheeler?
Yes.
Alderman Flores?
Yes.
That motion carries. Next on the agenda is the copier contract with R.J. Young for our city clerk's office. Mr. Nick Manley, city attorney.
This is just the copy contract with R.J. Young. It's based on the state contract price for a 5-year lease. And I think this has been looked at, well, they made the changes that we've previously asked for in the past, and authorization now for Andrea to sign, or the city clerk to sign this contract for the copier for the clerk's office.
Mr. Mayor, I move we approve the copier contract with R.J. Young and allow the city clerk to sign.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Payne, second by Alderman Gallagher. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. Ayes have it. That motion carries. Next on the agenda is a declaration, the declaration of Mississippi Municipal Government Week, January 13 through 19, 2019.
Mr. Mayor, I move to adopt the resolution of the City of Southaven recognizing Municipal Government Week, January 13th through 19, 2019, and encouraging all citizens to support the celebration and corresponding activities.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Brooks, second by Alderman Wheeler. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Ayes have it, and that motion carries. Next on the agenda is our planning agenda. Ms. Whitney Cook.
Yes, sir. We just have one item on the agenda, and this is going to be a subdivision application for the gardens at Snowden Grove Phase E. It's going to be on the west side of Malone, south of Goodman. You'll see the aerial photos right there. This is Phase E, so it's the 5th section to come through. It looks to be the final section of this subdivision. The lots are ranging in size from 21,000 square feet to 3 acres. With a minimum square footage of 2,200 square feet. It does comply with the PUD that was approved in the early 2000s, so we voted unanimously in favor of it. With one stipulation that we're working with E911 in, and that's where a break in the name Bailey Lane and Bailey Cove comes into play. As you can see, there's a cove at the end. For 911 purposes, we want to make sure that it has a proper break, so if I've got a 911 call comes in, they know where to stop it. So we're working that out with Chris Shelton to have that name change done, but otherwise than that, it was compliant.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve item number 1 on the planning agenda. Second.
We We have a motion by Alderman Wheeler, second by Alderman Flores. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Alderman Brooks.
Yes.
Alderman Keith.
Yes.
Alderman Payne.
Yes.
Alderman Gallagher.
Yes.
Alderman Wheeler.
Yes.
Alderman Flores.
Yes.
That motion carries. Okay, next on the agenda is time for a mayor's report. Just want to take a few minutes and go over some of the things that we worked on as a city in 2018. Usually the first meeting of the year, I like to just take a few minutes to do this. You know, over the course of the year, if you gradually just progress through the year and never look back at your starting point, sometimes you forget how far you've come, all that's happened in a year. A lot of things happen in a year, so I'm going to try to move quickly and not get into a lot of detail just for time tonight, but just to give you an idea of some of the things that were completed in 2018. Some of these things the public has not seen yet because they weren't completed in 18, but they were heavily worked on. You know, there was action taken by this board. I spent a lot of time, our department has spent a lot of time working on these things. So in 2019, they will occur. So 2019 is going to be a big, what I would call a visible year for the city. A lot of things that we've worked on and planned are going to be under construction in 2019, so it's going to be very exciting to see. But just to kind of hit on some of these real quickly, all of you up here, we've shared the goal of aggressive infrastructure improvement. Again, I appreciate all of you for sharing that goal with me. I think it's something extremely important for our city. But just some of the things we've done. In 2018, we spent $4 million resurfacing roads. That's the most in the history of the city of Southaven. We did that, all completed that in 18. As y'all know, we're in budget year 19 now, so when the weather gets better, we'll start with our new streets there. The Central Snowden Grove Park multi-use trail, 10-foot trail connecting Central Park and Snowden Park is an 8-year pending project. It's going to be under construction in the spring of 19. Snowden Grove pedestrian project is a federally funded project to add a 10-foot trail throughout Snowden Grove Park. It will be under construction in late 19. Main Street pedestrian project, another project that's been worked on for about 4 years. That'll put sidewalks along Main Street from Highway 51 to Soche Park. That'll be under construction in 19. The Getwell South Widening Project will widen Getwell Road south of Church Road to Star Landing, make it a 5-lane road and stop that bottleneck problem that's there now. It'll also have a median with pedestrian paths on both sides. That will be under construction either late 19 or early 2020. That's a big project. That's an $8.7 billion project. Drainage improvement. This year we didn't have as many projects because we took care of some biggies. We knocked out 2 projects along Whitworth. And again, another one that Alderman Flores is well aware of in Stonehenge. You know, that one's been pending for, well, both of these have been causing flooding problems for over a decade. Both of those were completed in 2018. We'll do the same thing in 19, spend $500,000 on drainage improvement. Economic development, you'll know about Silo Square, $200 million project, 228-acre mixed-use development that'll be under construction. They're doing drainage work now, have been for a few months. First buildings will go up in early 19. It'll be a huge project, one of the biggest projects like that, and unique projects in the history of the city. And again, that'll be under construction within months. Metropolitan Business District was created to incentivize and bring quality development to I-55 and Church Road, which is a key high-profile area for our city. That was done this year. Hilton Embassy Suites is going in that district. That's something that will bring a $40 million luxury hotel, the nicest hotel that's ever been built in DeSoto County, Mississippi. That will should be under construction. It may be late 19, could be 20, but coming up soon. Industrial development, you know, a lot of times I get kind of stunned when people say, well, I love to see all the parks that are going on, and Southaven obviously has a ton of retail development, but why is there no industry in Southaven? And it's amazing, but if you stop and think about that and look at a drive along the Star Landing I-55 area, you know, you go to our business parks that are on State Line Road, some people don't realize just how much square footage we have for industry. But in 2018 alone, excuse me, we added 1,030,000 square feet. We brought in $18 million in new property value and 650 new industrial jobs. In addition to that, and when the service, retail, and all other business, we issued 251 new business permits, estimated to create over 3,000 new jobs in that area as well. New building permits, 358 new residential permits, valuing $49,594,000 in new homes. And then on the commercial side, 16 new commercial permits, bringing another $7.3 million, and that is excluding industrial. Parks and Recreation, Tennis Pro Shop was finished in 2018. In 2019, all of the following projects will be under construction: Greenbrook Indoor Softball Facility, Field of Dreams Playground, the Springfest Barbecue, Bank Plus Amphitheater paved and landscape parking lot, and soccer expansion at Snowden Grove. Revitalization of original Southaven and beautification. Again, thank y'all for sharing my goals with that. We got the Highway 51 intersection modernization project that will replace mast arms and new signals all along 51. City Hall renovation is being designed now. Main Street decorative light poles. We're trying to get the old poles on Main Street between Highway 51 and Northwest Drive taken down and replaced with new decorative poles. Greenbrook State Line median landscape project. We started that last year. Whitney and her staff just finished that up. We're done with that except for we'll plant in the spring, right? We'll plant in the spring, but we replaced the damaged sign and also cleaned out the overgrowth there. Community Pride Awards and Adopt a Spot beautification program all were started in 2018. Again, that's to improve property values in our city. Public safety, y'all know we opened the Police West Precinct in 2018. We just received the land for Fire Station number 5 that will be under construction in 2020 on Star Landing Road, just west of Getwell in the curve. Everybody knows that curve. Fire hydrant expansion. We're in phase 5 of 6 of a $7.4 million project to expand the size of water lines in our annexed areas so they can have fire hydrants that meet the same City of Southaven fire department requirement. That's been a big project, so we only have one more after the one that's underway now is along Malone Road. And then financial stability. This board and I have been committed to improve the financial situation of the city. There have been no property tax millage increases, no utility increases. We have growing sales tax revenue every year. We had a tremendous growth in sales tax revenue in 2018. The numbers are already looking good for 2019. Y'all also know that our excellent finance and administration, our finance staff, just received the 3rd consecutive Government Finance Officers Association Award for Excellence in Financial Reporting, which just guarantees to the people of our city that our books are right, the numbers are correct, and that's an outstanding award. We have a very talented financial staff here with the city. And again, finally, y'all know that our net reserve increase, which is formerly called unassigned fund balance, at the last audit was $7.7 million. We expect that to be up again in 19, but just with FY17, that was $7.7 million, and that's up from $2.4 million in 2012. So we've come a long way with that. But anyway, those are just some of the highlights of it. 18 was a great year for our city, and we expect big things in 2019. Okay, that's all I have this evening. Next on the agenda is our citizens agenda. We have Pastor Cora Haywood that signed up to speak. Ms. Haywood, if you would please come forward.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay. My concern is my garbage can. I've been at 5700 Straight Line Road since 1997. Building was completed in 97. Mary Russell White was my insurance agent at the time when I first moved there. And so, but anyway, at that time, Walls, which we're still under, was in charge of our refuse collection. Now, then Southaven annexed us, and then we started having to pay back. I know for a fact I made more than these 2 payments that's shown in the records. So in June of 2016, I believe it was, my can was picked up. And I said, well, I know for a fact I made more of these 2 payments. And so then just all of a sudden, after about a year later, it reappeared. I didn't ask anybody for it, just came back. That's why I guess they must have found the error. and they brought it back. So this past Friday, right before Christmas, it was picked up again. So I happened to be home when it left, and I asked the man there that picked it up if he would please give me the name and number to call, and I did. And I got some information here, and I was told there's a lien on my property, which I did not know was on there since July of 2017, I believe it is. And so anyway, I'm here tonight to ask if y'all would please allow me to pay whatever arrearage I owe. I don't mind paying for services that I received, but I would like to get a full credit for everything that I did pay. And I would love the lien to be removed from my property. I didn't know it was on there. I mean, it's only $12 a month. I don't have the problem putting it up by the way it can come out automatically. I spoke with the lady about that this afternoon as well. But clearly some errors been made for the can to just come back all of a sudden, no bill. I said, well, hopefully, you know, they're going to be like Walls was. They'll have no pay a bill anymore, whatever. I didn't get any correspondence to tell me anything. So clearly there's been a mistake somewhere. What I'm asking the board to do tonight, please, is remove these penalties, let me pay whatever I owe, and allow me to just start making regular payments every turn you can, please.
Okay, the information, and I appreciate you coming forward to make sure we can clear this up, because, and Bradley, would you come forward, Bradley, just to help us out with it? But when you contacted Christy at my office, we went back and did the research, and we had the ledger, which I'll give you the ledger. These are your payments. So we did verify. That was our first concern, to make sure that the billing was correct, that we weren't overcharging you or failed to bill you properly. So I do have that. We did verify that that's correct. The other thing is we did send letters, like on any of the properties that were in annexed areas where there's not city utility service. We sent a separate bill for the sanitation charge. And then there were two letters. One of them was sent on August 25th of 15, and another was sent 4/25 of 16 to your address. We did verify or make sure that we're correct. 5700 State Line Road West.
That's correct.
Okay, those were sent there. So did you get those, or did you know what happened with that situation?
No, sir, I never did see those letters. That was the first I heard of it when I spoke with the sanitation department. And I was told there was a lien, there was a letter sent out about the lien.
Right.
Well, let me say this, sir. I work for the Postal Service. Matter of fact, when I leave, I got to go back to work now. And it is not uncommon for us not to get our mail as we should get it. It took me 6 months to get a letter from the 3rd floor down to the 1st floor manager's office to give me, so I'm not surprised that I did not get that letter. So,
Okay.
for whatever reason.
And I just wanted you, because that's in this letter, it does indicate all the highlights of what we're talking about, that the money was due, and it also lets the property owner know, or the resident know, that that there will be a, it could be a lien put on there. So both of these were in that letter. And just to let you know, the city did make the proper attempt to let you know that. Now, as far as the can, Bradley, would you update us on the can going away and showing back up? Is there some mystery cart deliverer out there?
Not that I'm aware of, no, sir. I'm sorry. As Pastor Haywood said, the cart was picked up the first time in June 2016. We're sorry about the letter information, but it was sent out, and then per our process, we did collect it. And then we don't have any record of the cart being redelivered for any reason, because the account was still in question in arrears for the payment. So we didn't officially bring the cart back to you. I don't know what to tell you about how it got there, but we don't have any record that we delivered it. We didn't intend to until this was resolved.
Is it a City of Southaven cart?
Yes, sir. It should, yes, sir, it should be. I mean, there's no, the one we collected was, yes, sir, the current cart we collected, the most recent time we collected right before Christmas, as you said, was we go back and check some of these accounts from time to time, because we have had problems sometimes with carts showing back up and we don't know they're there after we've collected them. Sorry. So we went back and checked recently, and we found there wasn't a cart there, but we still had the records that show that we still haven't got the payment straight. So we collected it again, which is our normal process, and that was also a City of Southaven cart. Yes, sir. So I don't know what to say about how it got there, but we did put it there officially, so we're still waiting to get that resolved. So.
Okay. But basically, I mean, it's it's the board's call on, basically the way the numbers stack up, the amount of money that is owed the city that is, not waivable is the cost of the sanitation, which is $161. $161.04, and then the penalty was $100.78. So Nick, correct me if I misspeak, but we do have the authority to waive the penalty fees, is that correct?
In the event there was not notice or any reason, I mean, if there was not notice given, or if there was no communication regarding, yes, or you would. So you could waive it in that situation. I think she's saying that she never received the letter, but you don't have the authority to waive what actually is the actual bill. Yes, sir. So
Right, which is $161.04.
How much is the fees?
The total is $266.82, and then the fees were $100.78.
Okay, well, let me say this too, sir. Honestly, God knows, I did not ask for the card, I didn't go looking for it, I just looked out there, I saw the card, and I kind of matched up my neighbors, I said, well, it must be mine. So I wanted to push this on the side of the driveway across from the mailbox. So after I matched up all the other houses, I wanted to pull it back up to my house and start back using it. And I never received a bill or anything, but I didn't ask for it, and I don't know where it just came, it was just there. I don't know
Yeah,
where it came
and what about, like, I'm just, curious just to make sure we have complete information here, and I support whatever the board decides is fair, I support that. I'm just trying to make sure that they're fully informed of the issue. When the cart was gone, did that not trigger a concern to check on was there any correspondence between the city and you when the cart was gone?
I had numerous calls with the city. At that point, like I say, those two payments that they still only made, I said, no, I know that's not correct. And so I said, well, they must have found the error and brought the cart back. So all this time I thought maybe somebody had researched and to see where the problem was. Because I knew I made more than just these two payments that, I'm alleged to have made.
But that was a lengthy amount of time, because that was in, Bradley, the notes here is in 2016 when
Yes,
the
sir.
cart was initially taken.
Yes, sir.
And then when did the mystery cart show back up?
Let me see, it may have been, I think one day last year, like May, somewhere like that last year, I believe May or June, something like that last year.
So there was about 2 years that you didn't have a garbage cart though, right?
Right, I did not have one. I wasn't home a whole lot during that time. I had to see about mama, nephew, sister, all of them passed from cancer. I was a caregiver. Then dad with Alzheimer's. So for that
Okay,
reason,
sorry about that.
Yeah, for that reason, I wasn't in a lot.
So the house was vacant a lot?
Quite a bit. I got back some mice in there, so that's how much I've been away.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so there was a couple of years where there was no
Not as
cart.
much as it is now, sir.
Right. So that's basically it. So there's $266.82 that's due the city. And so I guess you're requesting that the city waive the penalty charges, is that
Please.
correct?
Yes, sir.
I'll make a motion, we waive the $100 fee, $100.78.
Okay, we have a motion.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Brooks, second by Alderman Payne. Is there any discussion?
So based on the notice, not, or the issue with notice and the cart being delivered back,
Correct.
that's why you would be making that motion.
Right, correct. I still want to figure out, maybe you can go back and Bradley and figure out how she got a cart. I know she didn't just go get one on her own, someone had to deliver it.
No, that's what I don't, it's very unusual circumstance. We have had some where we've been able to determine because, like she said, neighbors lose a card all of a sudden and then other people get the card that we've taken, that kind of thing. No reason to say that anything like that happened here.
Either someone's missing a card.
That's usually the circumstance when it just pops up without us taking it ourselves. and all the
Either someone
neighbors
else is
find-
missing a card and somehow she got it, or
Right,
we
so-
inadvertently
Yes, sir.
delivered her another one, so.
We'll double check, but so far we haven't found any official documentation that we ever delivered the card back, so.
But you do want service now? Are you living in the home now?
Yes, I do.
So what, the motion is just for the penalty though, not for the actual monthly charge?
We can't,
Yeah.
we can't, we legally can't.
You can't waive an actual fee that's been issued by the board.
Okay, is there any other, we had a motion and a second, is there any other discussion?
Would
Great.
this- Excuse me, would this take the lien off the property as well?
No, it won't take the lien.
Once you pay the money owed, then the lien will be canceled. So once you pay the $164, whatever, that 161.
But she has to pay not just the penalty, but the full amount, like there's still a balance of 161.
Yeah, once she pays the 161, the lien is then canceled.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I came prepared tonight to pay the full amount, the 161, whatever that is, the amount that I owe, and set it up on automatic payment, so we won't have this problem anymore. It can come out every month, you know, like clockwork.
Yeah.
Trying to retire.
The lien will be canceled, rather than we'll have canceled the lien.
Yes, ma'am. Once you make you can make the payment tomorrow. It's $161 for charges, a $5 fee that we have to pay the county for the lien processing. We don't, I'm assuming we can't waive that one because it's not us. So it'd be $166 minus the $100.78 you're talking about, the $166. Pay that and get your account set up like you're talking about where you want to pay it out. And once they tell us at the utility office that it's been paid, we'll call the county and let them know, and they'll get the process started to take the lien off.
So I need to come to this office around the corner here from here.
Yes, ma'am, and then back part of this building here to pay it, you can do that tomorrow. They'll let us know, and I'll let my ladies know to contact them to double check. So as soon as you get that done, we'll get the word down to them. So,
Okay, thank you so much.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other discussion regarding this issue? Hearing none, roll call.
Alderman Brooks.
Yes.
Alderman who?
Yes.
Alderman Payne.
Yes.
Alderman Gallagher.
Yes.
Alderman Wheeler.
Yes.
Alderman Flores.
Yes.
That motion carries.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're fine. I can go look at where it was. And Alderman Kelly.
I would say yes.
Okay, is there anyone else in the audience who would like to speak on the citizens' agenda? Seeing or hearing no one, we'll move on. Next on the agenda is our personnel docket.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the personnel docket as presented on this date.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Brooks, second by Alderman Kelly. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Alderman Brooks.
Yes.
Alderman Kelly.
Yes.
Alderman who?
Yes.
Alderman Payne.
Yes.
Alderman Gallagher.
Yes.
Alderman Wheeler.
Yes.
Alderman Flores.
Yes.
That motion carries. Next on the agenda is our city attorney's legal update.
I don't have anything on that.
Nothing tonight. Next is our utility bill adjustment docket.
Mr. Mayor, I move we approve the utility bill adjustment docket as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Payne, second by Alderman Flores. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Alderman Brooks.
Yes.
Alderman Kelly.
Yes.
Alderman who?
Yes.
Yes.
Alderman Payne.
Yes.
Alderman Gallagher.
Yes.
Alderman Wheeler.
Yes.
Alderman Flores.
Yes.
That motion carries. Next on the agenda is our claims docket.
Mr. Mayor, I move we approve the claims docket in the amount of $949,927.43, including domain checks.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Payne, second by Alderman Flores. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Alderman Brooks.
Yes.
Alderman Kelly.
Yes.
Alderman who?
Yes.
Alderman Payne.
Yes.
Alderman Gallagher.
Yes.
Alderman Wheeler.
Yes.
Alderman Flores.
Yes.
That motion carries. Next on the agenda is to determine the need for executive session.
I'll make that motion. Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Gallagher, second by Alderman Brooks. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. Ayes have it, motion carries. The need this evening is economic development with potential industry and business locating to our city, and also personnel department-wide throughout our entire city operation. Is there a motion to declare executive session?
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Gallagher, second by Alderman Wheeler. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Ayes have it, motion carries. The mayor and board will now enter executive session.
How are you? Pretty good, I guess, and you? Yeah, I know that's right.